StockMD adding new patient demonstration. At any time while browsing StockMD, you can add a new patient by selecting the Patients button on the left-hand navigation panel. Now this Patients button takes you to a patient list in which all your patients will be listed here that are loaded onto your site. Now you can add a patient by selecting the top right button, Add Patient, and this brings you to a screen in which you can populate all the different fields. Now as you can see, our default provider is listed in the provider section already. All the other providers will be listed there also that you can select from. What you are required to do is add at least the first name and last name on a patient. That's all you need to dispense a product. Now there are some other fields that you might like to fill in, like the state, city, zip, and the address. So you can print out patient labels for mailing labels. You also probably would like to fill out the email address section, which is suggested because when you create dispenses or promotional items, you can email out those dispense invoices or promotional items to these patients. So I'm going to go ahead and put in retail transaction as a patient, and I'm going to leave everything else blank and hit the save button. I'm actually going to add the email address for later on in the demonstrations. I'm going to do transaction@gmail.com, and I'm going to go ahead and hit save. So now you'll see that it added retail transaction@gmail.com, the provider of Dr. Nora. So now, if you ever want to edit that patient or dispense specifically to that patient, you can click on the retail transaction name, and it takes you to that patient info. Now it gives all the other pertinent information that you'd filled in, and you can see all the other information that you haven't filled in. So you can always go back and edit this information. It also gives you the account balance and whether they're part of the patient loyalty program. You can also see if you scroll down, you get all the transactions to date. This will list the dispense ID number, the date, how much was spent, and you can also see that there are the purchased product details, which this breaks it down, all those transactions, into the actual products purchased. So you can see what specific products this patient has been purchasing. You can always dispense products from this top right button if you'd like to, specifically dispense to them when you're viewing a patient. But we'll go over the dispense product section later. Thanks for choosing StockMD. This concludes the demonstration for your patient list. Hope you have a good day. Thanks. Bye.